Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? There's no one here. I'm starting out early. I don't know why. Probably because I'm sitting here and I don't see any other reason than to sit here for a half hour. So anyway, a couple of things. Probably going to be just an hour anyway today. I still got more stuff to do. Um, let's see here. I will bring up the. As you can see, the shadow is back and 95%. He ordered a couple of parts from it. It's going to take 2 or 3 weeks to get them from Honda in Japan, I guess. And but it ran good. I wrote it home and damn acceptable. Put it that way. And if they can make it a little bit better with what he says he's got coming, this was at the Honda dealer, and same guy that's been working on my Forza and everything else that I've been bringing in there. Really a nice guy. But I don't know if I said good morning, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? I think I might have. So, and he charged, I don't know, 750 baht. Took the gas tank off. And it's really weird now. The other guy told me to run 97, that alcohol, gasohol or whatever. And then now he told me he took the gas tank off, cleaned everything, cleaned the carburetor, even though the carburetor was new. And he said run 91. He said the bike's a 1992 and it's made to run on 91. But okay, or that's at least in the translation. That's kind of what I got out of him. But yeah, so we moved the trailer yesterday. A lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be kind of a pain in the ass backing it down the driveway, but it wasn't bad. Plus, I thought it was going to be a lot tighter um, between the two posts there, and it wasn't. It isn't that bad. So today, the reason why I'm saying an hour is, um, no, I think I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. Anyway, uh, I want to. The trailer's completely leveled out. I want to get inside. It's been sitting for a while. Clean it. I got the generator out. You can see the generator's on the ground, and ran it for about a half hour yesterday. And as you can see, I've got one crate on the ground here, and one box on the seat of the deal there, and a couple of little items here that are going to go in a box. So one more trip from here. Hey, Tommy, one more trip from here to the garage, and I think I'm pretty much done. Maybe some stuff under the cabinet here, and so that I can put like this stuff on the. Let me get me bigger so I can see. Over here. This is a microscope. I've got two of them. So I'm going to probably this center section here, which is almost empty now, these doors here that open. Uh, I'm going to put the two microscopes, a bunch of the koi stuff. I'll leave the cabinet that's directly behind me. Hey, Maui. I'll leave that for koi stuff, and then I'll have the refrigerator here because I keep the antibiotics I keep cold. And I was this morning thinking about building another koi pond over there where I have the quarantine tank. I can fit up against the garage a 8 by 12 by 3.5 foot deep above grade pond, and might grow on some Japanese fish or something. I haven't decided yet. Trying to figure out. You can see all my custom drawing on filtration and cost and stuff with the drum filter and stuff. And it looks like it's probably going to be costing 50,000 maybe. I'll have to see. Hey Paul, how you doing? Hey Andy. Uh, so we'll have to see. And I don't know. I did go over and we did get the bank thing done. We did go over all the fencing. It looks like the we haven't nailed down a price on the front wall that's going to match our wall, but basically the other three sides half of which one side is my fence. So down both pieces of property across the back of the property, and then up one piece of property because it runs into my fence is going to be concrete 5 by 5 by 2.5 meter. They're actually going to be in the ground a half a meter, and then 2.5 meter um, roofing, which we haven't nailed down completely yet. But I ordered a post hole digger because I figured it would save money. And that looks like that part of the fence. And again, I'll keep a running tab on the price and stuff of it. But that's going to have the metal across, and then that'll be screwed. And the reason I'm going down 50 centimeters is, so that the dogs can't dig. So we might spray that with maybe some extra rust inhibiting paint or something. I don't know exactly yet, but got a price for him for labor to do that and the material, and I have it in the garage. I think it was about 50,000 to do that. So even if I'm going to put a big, huge gate in the front so that I don't cuss and jump up and down and scream when I'm trying to back the trailer in because it's not wide enough. Because our road's really narrow. So even if I'm up against one side and bring it around, it's hard swinging into the property across the street and crap like that. So I'm going to make it probably 1.5 times the width of the one we have on the house, and that should be good. So we'll get that down. But I'm hoping maybe to do it all for 150. I mean 100, and because that'll include him building the gate. He built the other one, built it the same way, and the motorized deal and the tracking and all that crap. But there's not going to be much wall because it's going to be, 3/4 of the front of the property is going to be a gate. So, um, but that we did. So I did. We got the one bank account that I had over there, so we're going to be able to do the fence and gate and fix mom's house up. We got to do painting and stuff there to sell that so I can recoup the money. And then I probably told her, I said, if whatever we have left, we'll just start building the house. Maybe we'll get the concrete posts in with the foundation done, maybe some of the metal roof structure put up, and it's just going to be typical Thai. I think I'd drawn it before. It's just going to be long in the front, two back-to-back bedrooms, a bathroom, a kitchen, a living room, and then an outside, an outside covered parking slash Thai kitchen, whatever they want to do with it. They cook most of the stuff inside the house now, and it really doesn't bother me too much. But so I'm sure they really don't need. But it'd be nice. I'm going to put a covered deal on the one side, which would be. Let me see if I pull this up. Basically, something like that's over the trailer, but it's going to be the house is going to start basically where the bottom of the screen is there, pretty much, I think, or we might move it up towards the front. But it's going to be a 10 foot, 12 foot wide coming off the driveway there, so that they could pull in because there'll be a door out of that outside area into the kitchen. So it'll be nice if they do go shopping, they could just drive in there and unload the car in case it's raining. They don't have to worry about it. Hey, Ron, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. But like I said, I was really surprised at the. It was a lot easier putting that trailer in, and I had Tune was there because we went over all the pricing on the material. Like I said, I ordered the. I can actually remove that and stop the screen, and let me go to here and go to here. No, go to here. Go to my orders God, this thing makes me log in an awful lot. What a pain in the ass. And let me come back here. Sorry. I was going to show you the post hole that I ended up getting. Share screen, share screen. And I was going to buy one from Taiwazadu, but I got this one. It's 25. If you look at the options on it, it's got this one here, which is 100 and they're 125 cc, but it's got a 25 centimeter auger on it. So I think it'll be fine, but it'll go like 3 times as fast. I figured, friends might want to borrow it. My uncle might want to borrow it. I might take it to Ubon. Maybe we'll put in some, maybe some steel type like what Kenny put in, posts, and maybe just some wiring to keep out cows and dogs and stuff, something like that. So it'll get its use. But it was 40, basically 4,300 baht. But they had it was only a 60 cc at Taiwazadu. It was 8,000. So I said, I don't know. Even if it only works for the one time, I think it's. I hope you guys are seeing this. Yeah, you are. Okay. Working. Let me go here. Sorry. Uh, it'd be good enough for me. I'm just gonna put on the little. Probably move the sound here. And I'm guessing it's two-stroke. It's got to be, right? So I guess I'm gonna have to I got a gas can, but and my property shouldn't be that. It's fill mostly on the top. It's only been it hasn't even been 8 months. I don't think 6 months since we bought it. I don't know, but I don't know. It's got to increase the time than them digging it by hand. But he came up at what is he charging me? I think it's 15,000 for labor. And then, like I said, we haven't done the. We'll probably do that once it gets started. We haven't done the pricing on the front part of the fence, which is going to match the house. Hey, brother, hope you're well, Ern. Hey, Craig, I watched your what this the postal digger. Did you order one of those, or is you talking to somebody else? Hey, Gary, how you doing? I watched your video, and I was going. You were saying you bought that sawzall looking Makita deal, and you were saying you're trying to get away from that injury prone cut off or whatever it is, the one that got you in the fingers. But yeah, yeah, but the top of it's fill. They filled way deeper than what we're going to put the post. I'm only putting the post in, I think 50 centimeters. What we're going to do is we're going to drill the hole. He might aug them a little bit, and then one day we'll pour a 2-inch concrete in the bottom of it, and then the next day we'll set the posts, level them up, and then fill it with concrete because I figured it'd be more stable than just sitting on the dirt. So yeah, that video is definitely soft dirt. I agree. I agree with that. But like I said, mine isn't. It's only maybe even 6 months that since they put it on there. So on on the house deal, I want to make sure that ground is good and compacted. So maybe I'll even put in a couple pylons. I don't want mom and dad's house to sink to the earth. You got a 40-volt battery powered one? Yeah, and I didn't look and see about battery powered ones, but I don't know. Like I said, I figured it's got to save me money, from them out there, and pay for itself. I mean, they had to dig because there's 40 off the top of my head. There's 48 concrete posts, so I imagine that would have been quite a time with a shovel, So we'll see. And like I said, I'll have it if the uncle needs it or somebody needs to borrow it or whatever. I'll have one. But as you can see in the other one, let me get rid of that. I can remove that. Stop screen. Let me see if I can present share screen. Yeah, share screen. And Windows. As you can see, there's the shadow, and like I said, it's 92%. And he had to order, and that was from the Honda dealer. And I brought it home yesterday, and supposedly I'm supposed to take it back over to the people. They're trying to get the paperwork still corrected. But again, I was really impressed with especially now with the 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 backfiring, not backfiring, but after firing, um, and stuff like that was almost a minimal of nothing. And I jumped on it on the way back from the Honda dealer, and the thing runs really good, man. I'm curious to drive one of the 400s or 600s, a little bobber, but I told my wife I'd wait because I was originally going to buy it out of this 300 that I took out of one account that I had. Um, but I told her, you know what? I'll wait. I got some stuff that I want to do to the shadow, little stuff, and I'll wait to do that. Let's see. I did my fence in the back of the property with it. Only did 150 feet halfway, dividing the answer wide behind. Hey, your buddy, right? Hey, Ralph, how you doing? Hope you're well. Your auger was 24.99. How come? What size auger did you get, Craig? I'm just curious. I didn't look. I looked for 2 minutes. I looked at a couple of them, but they were about 20, 25, 3 grand without the auger. With just the motor part. So I looked for a little while, and then I just said, I don't care. This one all in one. I don't have to wait on it or whatever. Yours is a 4 inch, and so this one, what, 25 centimeters is 10 inches on the one that I about the biggest auger they had. So the fence will be 2 meters. No, yeah, 2 meters above ground, and then it'll be 50 centimeters or so in the ground. And like I said, I gotta, maybe Craig knows too, if they have like Rust-Oleum paint. Yeah, you know what? Mine's arrived, and guess what happened? Not only did I get Aaron, I forgot to tell you this too. I've got to go today. Not only was it expensive, as far as I'm concerned, for the 2 bottles that I got of the stuff that that Aaron that's certified, right? Which is probably the stuff I want to use. So it was like 2,500 baht for the 2 bottles. Now I get a letter from the post office saying, "Come and get your package. Oh, and by the way, you owe us 890 baht." So another $25 just to get it. I guess it must be import tax or some shit, but it's there. So I'll be starting mine probably tomorrow. Oh, you have yeah, I can't copy that on uh, StreamYard. But how many is 100? Do you know what CC and everything it was? Dave, you should put another carport. Yeah, I'm thinking about it too. I thought the same thing, Tommy, when I was looking at it. And I should have between when we're building mom's house and all that kind of stuff, I should have extra, order a little bit extra roofing, a little bit extra metal, and build it, cut out the deal, put in some footings, and stick it down. But we've had some really kick-ass freaking wins here over the last week or so, and so that didn't move, and nothing moved on the um, solar panels. So yeah, if it works, and I do, I probably will. Maybe I'll just say, hey, bring me 5 bottles of that crap when you come. Or you know what I'm going to do um, is once I get with the good stuff or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to maybe try this, see if it tastes metallic, if there's any difference in the way that it tastes. Is it coloring my pee blue? Because a lot of the places said if it's not the right grade or whatever, and if you're taking over, what they say, it looks like what I'm going to try is 5 drops in the morning, just once a day until I see how I feel, and then I'm going to go to 5 drops in the morning and 5 drops in 2 o'clock or so, and do it 5 days a week. This is all just off of me watching what people are doing, and then the dosage that one of the guys that I like, some of them they're ridiculously high, and I ain't going to do that. But the other one, 8 drops, um, is what he had found out was a sweet spot for him. And when they did their control groups and all that kind of stuff, they did it with different dosages, and the lower dose um, had the best results. So, and he was doing that twice a day, 5 days a week. So we'll see. Yours with 52 cc's. It's like a Honda 50 connected to the auger set. Yep. Then how big was the auger? Thanks, Ron. It is. It's pretty cool. I'm going to change the running boards I don't like. They're cheap pieces of crap. I got to find some Harley ones and then adapt them to fit on there. Video tile. What is this, Ralph? Is this a YouTube video? Because I'd like to see what they're. You know what it is supposedly within a week. Everything that I've read, within a week or two, they said considerable notice about concentration, clarity, no brain fog, and that would make me happy. I don't want to kill myself, but everything I've read is in low dosages, unless you're on antidepressants or you have this one disease that if you watch any of them on YouTube, they give you this disease that I would hope that I would know I had after all the blood tests I've had every 3 months. So I'm just going to go with the low dosage and see what happens. But normally, if you stay hydrated and do a diluted dose, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. He's the one that I read. I was reading. Sorry, I should have put that up there. Um, uh, said that 8 drops twice a day, and I watched a bunch of them on how many, how much is a drop, and a couple other people analyzed it, measured it, blah blah blah. Because your eyedropper put out bigger drops than, but I'm going to say a lower dosage. I mean, these guys are talking about a bottle like this, in the some of the ones that they were taking only lasting like a week, you know. So no, I'm gonna, the stuff. Most of the stuff I've read, one of these bottles ought to last a couple months. So we'll see. Now this one, I don't know how many milliliters are those ones. I didn't even look. Aaron. This one is bigger than the one that looks exactly like this. That's on all the commercials, but this is probably a China knockoff. But it is USP. It shows the lab and all that, but they could print that on anything. But this one's 50 milliliters. The one that they're selling is 30 milliliters. So I think so, right? Yeah. This one's 50. So we'll see. But let's see. I built the bullet on ordering it after a really bad night at work with brain fog. Yeah, it's got to. The thing that I could say is just make sure. Like I'm not going to check with my doctor, which is probably stupid, but I know he's going to say no, and I want to try something because, like I said, Alzheimer's really bugs me, and they're supposed to have, it's only USD approved for intravenous for some kind of a thing, but it's supposed to help with the eyes, and my eyes are screwed up. It's supposed to have with aging, which I don't really give a shit, but the brain fog and that kind of stuff, and I'm interested in. So I'll be curious. So I'll keep you guys definitely advised, and if you don't mind, Ralph, um, you know, uh, um, saying well how it's affecting you, I would. I'm sure everybody would appreciate it. I know that Aaron is taking it. Lasted me since the end of March. I'm almost done with that bottle. 30 milliliters. Okay. Like I said, I don't know. We'll have to see. But according to what I've read too, is that you can taste the difference. You can taste the metallic and the heavy metals in the stuff that's not any good. We'll see. I'm going to take it with water, I think, at first so that I can taste it, especially before I try this one so I can see what the difference. And then I'm going to take it with like a shot glass, 2 ounces of orange juice and see what it is. Have you noticed any difference, Aaron? I think you said before you did, but here's my unboxing video 3 years ago. Really? 23-minute mark. Okay, I'll go back. I'll have to go back into YouTube and look at the stream and then get that. I could probably do it on my phone right now, but also milkweed and oregano oil. Yeah, I'm not gonna because my cousin and I ordered this to shoot. All right, let me stop the screen here and go here, present, share screen, share screen. Now this is the other one that I told you guys about. Let me share this. Let me get rid of this. Let me go to my orders again, which I got a crap load of orders. Come on, you slow bastard. Okay. This stuff. And my cousin, like I said, swears he was in there and he was right on the cusp of. We're 6 months apart, right on the cusp of the upper echelons and the beginnings of high blood pressure, or the lower deal. And he heard about these a little bit different. Uh, um, his has a little bit of something else, but it's the beetroot that's doing it. And he ate them for like a week and went in and got his blood pressure taken. They said, "Oh, you don't need any medication. You're fine." So, but I don't want to try these two. Hopefully, you guys are seeing them. Yeah, I don't want to go try two things. The same thing when I was growing. Anything that I made a change in growing, added this vitamin or took this away or did something. I only did one thing, and it took 2 months to figure that out. I mean, you have to wait, and you can't do two, three, four things because then you don't know what was what. So I don't want to do that because this is supposed to, according to some of the stuff I read, lower your blood pressure. Also, like I said, I got my blood pressure here, and you take that too. Does it keep your blood pressure or lower it, Tommy? Ralph is last weekend. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no shit, right? I watch that too. Let's see. You watch Tim Newton, you know what I'm talking about. I do, but I haven't watched him recently. But like I said, according to what they said, the stuff that's decent, if it is coming out of China, is going to be in a glass bottle, which this one is. Like I said, none of this stuff makes it. It's still, they can do whatever they want. Um, but like I said, uh, we'll see. I'll check it out. I'll use the stuff that I paid whatever I paid for that stuff because that was a smart thing to do, and I'm glad my brother talked me into doing that. Didn't take much talking into. Um, yeah, that's what I see. That's the other problem I have. Thing that drives me the out of everything I have: congestive heart failure, this, that, and the next thing, high blood pressure. The thing that bugs me the most is my numbness in my feet, and a lot of that is circulation and from diabetes and that kind of crap. This is supposed to increase circulation too, the methylene blue. So we'll see. Like I said, when I got this off of Lasada, there was this and one other one. You go on Lasada right now, and there's about 20 different methylene blue deals now. So they're jumping on the bandwagon, that's for sure. Um, yeah, my blood pressure's close. I'm on the blood pressure stuff, but it would be nice to get off some of it. I'm a fat bastard. I need to I need to lose some weight. It's just like, and it's, I don't know. My knees hurt all the time. That's just life, and I don't think I'm going to have them take a sawzall to my knees. I'm not really hep on that right now. The pain isn't quite at that threshold yet. It is close. But it would be nice to be able to walk and not, be in pain and get tired you know, and the tiredness mostly is just being a fat bastard. Most are crap. I wouldn't recommend. Tried fish oil. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try one thing at a time. If I could find this, if I could get rid of the brain fog and the, why did I come in the room? Did I come in here to pee, or you know, did I come in here to get something? Am I in the kitchen? Maybe I came in here to get something to eat. That forgetfulness, which I don't know if it's a bad sign or it's a normal sign for, I'm creeping up on 70. I don't know. Who would have thought I was going to live to be 68? I never thought about the future because I figured I'd be dead at about 40, 45 max, you know. So right now I'm like floating on cloud nine, I've got the world by the balls, per se. Kids, my great great grandkids, if you're watching this, don't listen to that. But um, yeah, one thing, yeah, and I don't do that. But like I said, the blood pressure is a big deal because I told my cousin. I mean, I don't know about you guys or whatever, but those beta blocker crap like that, they make the deal point down towards the ground instead of up towards the sky. If you get what I'm talking about, I'm sure you do. But so I would like to be off them. Plus, any medications that I could get off of would be great. Some of the stuff he gives me that stuff for that irregular deal, which he says that's normal, and he's a heart guy, and he says that's fairly normal with age, arrhythmia of some sort. That instead of that nice boom, 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 mine goes boom, 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 boom. It has a good beat to it, but so but I saw my aunt go through it. There's a lot of us that are here that have relatives that are doing it. In fact, I've got to call on a friend and find out because I heard kind of through the grapevine that maybe maybe she might be experiencing some of the Alzheimer's stuff. Hey Logan, how you doing? You guys, I saw your thing on your. What are you narrating the race or what? I saw the one that you did this morning, which would have been afternoon your time. But Logan's doing a lot of the stuff with the racing deal. So if you guys are into that, or even if you're not, go support him a little bit and watch it for a little while. Yeah, and that's the way it was with growing. And people would go, "Oh yeah, look at that." They don't have any idea. If you give them something, something could be killing it. Something could be countering what you thought was going to happen. So, hey Tip, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Are you still on vacation? You must be if you were racing this afternoon. Well, today's, what is it there? Today's Sunday here, Saturday there. Mm. But I know that so yours is coming, Ralph. Aaron's trying it. I'm trying it. I know Ron wanted to try it, and you know what? I've got two of those bottles of the good stuff, Ron. So if you want to try it, I'll probably try one bottle and then try this and see if it is the same or any different. I might even there's got to be some kind of test to find out if there's heavy metals in this, and it can't be that complicated of a test. So we'll see. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear you're well. But yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, yeah, the same thing that that fogginess of what am I doing? And it could be, I don't know. Like I said, it kind of, I don't want to say it scares the crap out of me, but it scares the crap out of me. I don't want to have Alzheimer's. Yeah, I've got maybe two trips. this stuff here, the fishing poles, that stuff is going to the trash bin. The box that's on the seat of the racing deal is going to the garage. And then this box, which way should I move? This way? Can you guys see it? This crate here and the stuff on it, and this is my drone. And this back here in the fishing rods are going to the garage. And then I got a few things up here that's got to go, and this is pretty much empty. That's going to be this is my microscope, a lot of my koi stuff, and as you can see here, there's a lot of koi stuff in here, medications, stuff like that. I've got most of my stuff for injections of antibiotics and stuff like that. Needles, not the needles, but the actual antibiotic are in the refrigerator. I poison myself daily. Also flush my system. um, yeah. Because like I said, it was. I mean, if the stuff works, who gives a shit how much it costs? Unless it's way out there in left field. But it's still not out there. But it must be the way that they're shipping it. They're putting on there. This stuff costs 3,000 baht. Somehow tell them, hey, you're sending that to Thailand. Put on there that I paid 10 baht for it, and or something. Where's the ball? I still haven't got. I want to try the gummies. Of course, these are gummies too. So, but I don't think they're the same gummies. But I do want to try the gummy thing. And like I said, with the let me get rid of that, and let me bring up the. Thought I heard bear. Let me bring up the deal here. I've got the gas cans and stuff that I've got to redo. I gave gas away. My father-in-law, I found out, has been using that gas in those two big gas cans. There only one was empty, one was half full. He was helping himself to fill his scooter, so which is fine because it's been like a year, so I want to get rid of that. Put new gas in that goes in. The generator is that orange deal on the side. I got to put that in there. Those things are my counterweights to the back. And I still, now that I'm on concrete, I'll get a lot better reading on tongue weight. Like I said before, I was about 90% on getting the trailer where I felt comfortable with it. So I still got a little bit to do on that, but I want to head your way. So hopefully I can do that, and then I'll let you know, obviously, when I'm coming. But because if I come that way, I'll probably go and try to see Douglas, uh, Craig's, and can I get my trailer down to your place, Craig, or through the gate? You got a place where I can turn around and park it, or do I better just to park it somewhere else? Because I'm going to pull the trailer. I think it was in the '90s. You know what? All the kids, man, that I expect. It's been how long now? Oh God, she's gonna be gone 7 years here. So 8, 10 years ago or whatever. And these kids were just potheads they were, trimming and trying to teach them how to grow and how to not get high when you're mixing chemicals. But it's really hard in hydroponics because if you're high and you screw something up, you go poop and it's in the water and that's it. It's done. There's nothing you can do. You can't, you're screwed. But they completely beyond. They had bongs in the beginning, and I mean the stuff that we were growing the was some of the most potent in California, and they could barely get high with the shit anymore. They were finger hash from when they were trimming, and they'd take it and make that with the I guess it's illegal. I don't know. They did it on their own deal, not on me at home. But they would take the trims, the cuttings and stuff, and they'd make a hash, out of it, and then they'd put it in a vacuum and butane, and all sorts of shit. They make this like crickled glass shit, and I guess it's like, potent. That stuff would get them high, So I guess you get. I didn't know you could get immune to. I guess it's a drug. I guess you could get immune to anything, but they were immune to it. Yeah, they said they were all happy about it. Out of the 18,000 legal that they went and got permits and went to the government of Thailand to do, they're going to close 16,000 of them. And you got to imagine that most of those are, well, they're all probably Thai owned, but backers were probably, Farangs of some sort. But, it's a lot of businesses to just put people out of business. But each their own. But I guess it's like I said, it's going to be, they're going to put doctors in. It sounds like obviously you're not going to be able to walk down the street in Phuket and see 20 dispensaries there. But still, still think it's going to be the same thing. I think they're going to be, people aren't going to, people that want to come here to get high and chase 18, 19-year-old girls are still going to come. Like I said, if they have to pay even 1,000 baht, if they pay $30 to get the doctor's deal that's good for a year or 6 months or whatever, and then go to the dispensary and get whatever they want. So they might limit that a little bit too on how much you can get. But how are they going to keep that? Originally, in the States, they were supposed to have a computer system and stuff in, and I've been so long away from it now, they might have that now so that you couldn't go in and buy 1 ounce when it's just medical. Buy 1 ounce at this dispensary and then go around the corner and buy another ounce, and when it was limited. Now it's legal, so I guess it doesn't make a difference, at least in California. But you'll have to see. But I do want to try the gummies, right? Or a cookie or whatever, and break it up into little pieces, and just because, like I said, I was a maniac in high school, and then boom, I did that bomb shelter ounce of it was good weed back then. It wasn't Mexican dirt weed or anything. But after that, I woke up the next morning and I used to get high on the way walking to school because I was only 2 blocks from there. Some of the time I'd walk, some of the time I'd take my bike. But they that nutrition I would get high, and lunch I would get high, and after on the way home I'd get high. I was high all the time. I got paranoid as hell. I didn't like it anymore. Didn't take it again until the good friend that had cancer got married, and they were sitting around. And I told you I had those cluster headaches, and one was coming on. I used to get 20 of them a week, maybe 2 or 3 of them that would bring tears to my eyes, and I did it for maybe 3 rolled cigarettes, filtered cigarettes that my nephew did for me, and 1 puff or something each day. Have done that in 10 years, and I have not had a headache, not even a regular headache, not nothing. Uh, amazing. But we'll have to see. But the methylene, I will keep everybody. We're creeping up 45 minutes. Okay, what did I miss? Did I miss anything? Concentrates is what they did, probably made. Yeah, shattered, and they did it in. You can wash it with stuff that's legal. They didn't do that. They used butane, butane, and then they put it in a vacuum and did a bunch of crap with it. I watched them do it one time. I said, "Is that illegal?" Oh yeah, you can't do that. I said, "Well, you're not doing that here anymore. You do that shit at your house." So they did that. But I know that I think they did it with CO2 is the legal way to do it. Wash it with that or something. Anyway, getting off on a tangent. But yeah, the concentrates were big because they said, well, we have to smoke you know, a crap load of weed to get high, or with this stuff, or even that they liked the finger hash that they got off of trimming because they got to keep all that. And I they would make some stuff and cookies and stuff, and I would give it to the dispensaries, but otherwise, never really got into that. I get high on this live on the live stream, do you? Let's see, very small villa. 1 gram a day. Yeah, the healing stuff. And that's through, if anybody really wants to find out about anything about cancer, just put in Simpson cancer. It's like the Simpsons, Simpson cancer, and you you'll get his whole story. Very interesting. And that's the stuff that Aaron's talking about. It's a black concentrate, almost looks like a tar heroin or something. It's almost like a black, real thick oil, and you only take like a little minute amount, which gets you higher than shit. But you build up an immune system to it, so when you taking it and supposedly cures cancer, it you feel normal. You're not high. You're not experience any weird shit. I tried to get my wife to do it. She didn't like the high, and she said, "Screw that." So I said, "All right, it's your body." But um, that's what I only keep hearing stuff, and I don't see. There's somebody out there. It must be it's my mother-in-law. Let's see. After I cut my fingers, I asked the doctor, and the doctor gave me 2 months cannabis prescription that can be filled at any hospital. Oh, very good. Cool. And they probably keep a better look at the stuff as far as quality and what people are doing with it than they do in the United States. I always wondered with 10 years ago, right, or 8 years ago, right in the beginning of everybody may become legal and all that kind of shit, definitely medical wise. Um, I told all my friends, I said, you need to, I'll give you this shit, the people that use it, because I know what's in mine. These people are some of these people. They get any kind of mites or something in flour. They're spraying their chemicals and shit in flour. They don't give a shit. I said, you don't know what you're getting. They're not testing it. They're not doing anything. They did after that, but I'm talking before. I said, just get it from me. Unless you want to walk up to me and say, can I have a pound? No, can't. But we'll but I want to try it again. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Hope you're well. Uh, but I think I'm caught up. I'm caught up. But yeah, so I don't know. I want to try it again. Just I've got what are the little tablets that I said is the little opiate, real mild opiate they have here. Um, they're green and tan capsule actually, little one anyway. Um, but I don't take them that often. If they're for pain. But like I told you before, so and so's aunt, her shoulder hurts. Can I give her a pill? Yeah, give her one. So I keep he doesn't give me a lot. He gives me, for 3 months, he'll give me like maybe 30 for 3 months. And but I don't take that many. The 3 months I might not take any, and maybe I'll take two or three because my tooth will hurt or something else. Not even for my knees. I'm used to that pain. For a buddy that can't. Yeah, I don't know. I think smoking's the worst way you could ingest cannabis. I don't know about worst way, but the most unhealthy way. I think the best way would be edibles. 14th anniversary. Wow. They came over for Kenny came by, and Sampit, is it Sampit? Sampit came by, and Andrew came by, and Bobby and Jai came by, and we all met over at Junkie Burgers, had a burger, came back here, and we looked at the because Kenny's contemplating putting in solar, so we looked and went over all the deals on that. It was fun. It was good. It was a good time. Uh, but we'll yeah, tramadol. That's it. You got it, Robert. If I had something to give away, I'd give it away. But yeah, so it was fun doing that, and I think he's contemplating trying to figure out how to do it, and we went over a bunch of costs and stuff like that. Very, if you're halfway, and I did. If Kenny, if you're watching this, I did talk to and I'll message you afterwards or something. I forgot to tell you when I messaged you this morning. Um, that I did talk to the solar guy, and he said that yeah, he'd definitely be interested. I told him maybe a 2 day turnaround type thing. I said you would help him and blah 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 whatever, and But he said it'd probably be a month from now. And I said, I don't think he's in any kind of rush. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to have him probably do in 2 weeks. He's finishing up the house. What it comes down to, I don't have enough solar. Okay, for if three people in my house take showers, those are 6,000 watts each. And what he says is it's overloading my inverters. So what he ordered today or yesterday that he's going to put in here and fix the battery and should have everything up to snuff is a selector that will actually shed the loads if it's too much. And you can prioritize what loads get shedded. So first for me would be first things to go is all of the hot water heaters, you know. And this is only if you, like in Kenny and his thing, it's just him and his wife, you know. They could both take one shower together and there wouldn't be a problem. But like me, if I got the kids here and mom and dad here and me and I'm in my bedroom and I jump in and I don't know mom's showering and the kids decide to jump in, there's what 6, 12, 18,000 or 18 kilowatts of 18,000. Anyway, so he's going to put that in. I think it doesn't sound like it's really expensive, but I'm going to have him get one of those for U-Bahn to where I don't have to worry about it. It'll still have a 60. We had talked about it. Still have a 60 amp uh, breaker in there. So anything more than 60 amps tries to, come out of that panel and into the breaker panel, it'll trip that breaker. Well, with this switch deal, I won't have to worry about that. It'll pick the loads, and do it. So I found out about that and a couple other things. So I'll talk to you, Kenny, if you watch this later or whatever. Give me a buzz or something. Shelf life is no longer shelf, therefore not long. What are we talking about now? Ron, the brain fog hasn't seemed to affect my sarcasm. No, it seems like you're right on top of that, Ralph. Not a problem. But, I don't know. I'm curious. So, like I said, if you're, um, don't mind, you can put your 2 cents on what you find. I'll let them know what I find. Did Aaron? Did you answer me when you probably did, saying did it seem to help that concentration and brain fog? I know that Aaron had told me that he wasn't taking it every day. Some of the people take it every day. Some of the people say the most that I had heard, or the best way that I heard, is 5 days. So maybe Monday through Friday. But then they said if I'm doing, if it's a teacher or whatever, if I'm grading a whole bunch of papers or whatever, I'll do a little bit before I do that. So it sounds like it helps instantaneous in some instances. So we'll have to see, but I'll definitely give you input on what I think. And if Ralph could give his 2 cents, and Aaron, anybody else that's doing it, we'll see. Yeah, for sure, Robert. I'm ready. When are you coming back? You coming back before the end of the year? And I don't know when Jake is coming back either. I didn't ask him. I think he just left. So, and Robert actually didn't leave too long ago. Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't know everything that, like I said, make sure if I want to be upfront about it or positive with, especially with you guys, consult a physician if you should. I'm not saying what I'm doing is the right way. Consult a physician, but everything that I read about it so far in low dosage, there's really no, maybe an upset stomach or, something like that. Nothing like life threatening that I read, but you never know. And like I said, I think the best way too, and even the guys that said they're taking heavy doses to what compared to what I'm planning on taking, they said they still started out slow. They said most of the people that that I've saw, you'll feel the difference. You'll feel the sweet spot. 6 is not enough, 8 is too much, 7's perfect. Drops or whatever. Because this guy, the one guy that takes it, don't even screw around with the drops. You need to get a syringe so you can pull, get an accurate amount. You don't know how many's in a drop or whatever. But they're taking massive doses, and I'm not gonna take a massive dose of anything in moderation. And it doesn't seem like you have to. Like I said, one of the guys that I saw there said that they did a control group, and the placebo was actually the low dosage 8 drops twice a day, and the other ones were heavy doses, and the best results were in that placebo. So, I'm gonna try that. We'll see. Okay, Robert. But yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, this one. What does this say? This one says triple dislated. What is biohotopic? Structured water, organic vegetable glycerin, methylene blue, USP grade 99.99%, nano liquid gold, opus supercharged minerals. So I don't know what that is. I guess minerals are all right, just not heavy metals. Do not use if seal is broken. Check with your doctor before using this product if you are using medication or have any medical condition. Store in a cool, dry place. 50 milliliters. Formaldehyde free, GMO free, vegan friendly, and gluten free. So you never know. Has he gone? Now I got to catch him again. Late November till January. Okay, going to be here for Christmas time. Cool. Actually, one of my friends and his wife are planning on coming that time, November, December. Um, so cool. I'll have to definitely catch up with them. I feel bad, but I haven't been doing much. I think that I want to take a trip on the shadow. Can't really see it too well, but it. I'll have to do a little video on it. There, it looks good there, doesn't it? Um, I'll have to do a video on it and see it because, like I said, I was really when I got there yesterday. We started it, and there was a little bit of a pop, and I'm going to still pop it. He goes, and he doesn't speak English. I don't speak Thai, and I was by myself because my wife was out getting some stuff. We needed to go to the bank, and then when she got there, then found out that he's got a buddy that actually must be some kind of a customizer of steed and shadows and stuff like that. He's making me 4 spark plugs that they have the best with the shadows. And this is the big guy at Honda, and some kind of a part that he had to order from Japan. So he said when that got in there, he said it should be 98%, and then he gave me a deal. I said, well, why? Why can't it be 100? It's old. I said, well, I was riding knuckleheads and shit. They were old. I never. Mine bikes always ran great. So he didn't understand what I was saying. But anyway, like I said, I rode it home, man, and it's acceptable. I would take it out. Put it that way. I would take it out. So I'd like to take a little trip on that. I want to take a trip on the Forza. So I talked to Andrew, and possibly we're gonna maybe take a trip to Bury Ram, grab a lunch, and come back. Him on his new bike. Uh, Toon wants to start work, so we can have him start. Did you want to go? Are you watching this? Um, Go ahead and order the 5Q of sand and the 6Q of rock, and order the concrete poles. Do you want to do that? Can you call the lady, or we need to go over to the concrete place? Dave, the boss. I know. I didn't see that. Thank you, guys. She's probably not watching. Are you watching, dear wife? With her little. She wants me to be quiet. Oh, he must be here. I don't see him. Well, let me look at. Let me see. He says yes. But maybe we'll have to go. Like I said, I was only going to do an hour. It's an hour right now. So we'll probably have to go over there. Like I said, I want to go through the trailer. The trailer was, I think, because I have they kept the one of the windows cracked and the one of the fans in the ceiling on. It's got like a little, on the dirt, in Nissan here, a little bit of fine dust on stuff. It needs to be cleaned. And maybe if his wife's here, maybe I'll pay her extra and have her go in and clean everything. I think I'm going to finally take the plastic off of the off of the furniture in there, off of the cushions, and do some work on that. Maybe that's her. Ah, yeah. They just told me. They just told me you're what? That's right. The concrete. Somewhat. Oh, they're going to deliver some today or no? Okay. What's he going to do? Dig some of the holes by hand, or lay out all the? He's got to lay them all out. Well, the thing that we don't. I think she got a call. Hey, Rob, how you doing? Hope you're well. Hit the thumbs up. So I guess they'll. We didn't check the price on the get an exact price on the concrete deals. We had a price on the panel that we had checked before, but they were only 2 meters, and now they're going to be 2.5, and they were only like, I think they're 80 baht each. So they're get down, Cookie. Cookie, come here, Cookie. Yeah. Anyway, but no, I guess that's good. Huh? I'll show them the other thing because I really do. I would really like to do this, and this is going to be about 3,000 gallons. My one, it's not going to be that deep. It's going to be close to the same size, but not as deep. Yeah, so you got to go and order the concrete pillars from someplace else, right? The 5x5 by 2.5 meters. Okay. Huh? Today? Okay. All right, I'm going to be done here. I was only going to do an hour. It's an hour and 3 minutes now. You want to wait 5-10 minutes and I'll go with you? Or it's the kids go? Okay. 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 Well, the poles are we're not getting. Oh, the steel for the to go between the poles. Are the poles we're going to get the concrete posts or the steel? Yeah, but what are you talking about ordering from Taiwan to do? The steel. The steel. Yes, yeah. We don't need that right now. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and go to Green Market and get the price and order the concrete. You know how many of them? I have them written down in there. 48. Okay. All right. Yeah. Have her follow you out. Give me some for Bear. Tell your mom she only needs to make me half the potatoes. Oh, she not eat it. She not eat it. She not eat. She don't like. So Dave, if we do Phuket, will you? Um, I don't know. Yeah, probably. I think she would go, Aaron. Especially if we had know ahead of time. Far enough in advance that she can tell get get go Cookie. All right, just leave her there. I'll get her out. I think she will. Like I said, as long as I enough time before we go or when you're coming. Yeah, I'd like it because it was going to be like last time. What was it? 3 days, something like that. A 3-day trip. Yeah, I think so. It'd be fun. I think she'd like that. Maybe even um, get the get the kids to go too. depending on what we want to do on the trip. I'm thinking that we only have maybe 5 or 6 couples, but only 3 or 4 people fishing. The rest of the people, and we split the day in half and go fishing, whether it's better in the morning or later, and the other half a day we go snorkeling and stuff, so everybody can have fun and bring their significant others, kids, whatever they want to do. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Even when Kenny and and Andrew and uh, Bobby and Jai came, my mother-in-law went over there, brought him water, brought him food, brought him all the stuff. My wife was in the house still in her clothes, sitting on the bed, because I didn't, like I said, I didn't know she was going to be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So tomorrow I'll bring the shadow in uh, to the Thai DMV. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, the lady's going to try to, she's got somebody that's going to help kind of work with this book stuff on getting it in my name or my wife's name. Uh, cool, cool. Yeah, and when you're going to come, you just let me know when, and then we'll put it up on here because I think Pierre wanted to go. If he's not in France or out on his boat, I haven't heard anything from him. He posted anything? I think he's sailing. But anyway, some of the people might want to go. Maybe Ron wants to go. Maybe maybe some other people want to go, and we'll just keep it to people fishing. I don't need to fish unless we're going to fish for bottom fish or something that we can eat. Tuna would be awesome. But otherwise, other people can fish. But I don't know. I think 5 or 6 couples on there wouldn't overload the boat. It would overload the fishing, but I don't think it would overload the boat. And then I'd have fun jumping in the water, snorkeling around. It'd be great. You did? He's in Greece. Okay, cool. But yeah, for sure, Aaron. Um, that's uh, that's for sure. Uh, but yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to build this thing, but like I said, it's probably going to cost 50,000 baht, and that would be the money that I was going to spend on the on the bobber. So I'll have to see what I need. But I really enjoyed, like I said, I really enjoyed the shadow, uh, the 750s and stuff. Like I said, man, even now they're hard to find, and when they are, they want a crap load of money for them. But the 400s are the cheapest, of course. There you can pick up those bobbers for 35 to 65, and I'm going to say the 600s from 65 to 95. But we'll see. I don't know if he has solar on his boat or not. To tell you the truth, Ron. But like I said, I'm really happy with this system here. It's going to be the same system that's here is going to go into Ubon, except for that shedding of the load there that you can program, which is awesome. So you don't have to worry about it, and you just got to be smart about it. When we're there, I just tell the kid, my wife can't jump in the shower and me jump in a shower and the brother jump in a shower and the kids jump in a shower. It just isn't going to work because that the biggest draws that I see besides the air conditioners and way more than the air conditioners is those freaking hot water heaters, those electric deals they got on the wall, and the well pumps. The well pump kick in and out, and that surge too. You know, so, and I'm not getting a bunch of help from the grid because the grid sucks there. But I think it could be done, and I think I'm looking at with the same 2 batteries and all that, somewhere around 100 grand, 100,000 baht. So I don't even know what that is. I did check. It looked like gold went up a little bit, but I don't know what to do. Where are you? Yeah. How did tell you, I made a couple of changes on these freaking things. I don't know where they're. Yeah, 31,450. It went up a little bit, but the dollar's about the same, 32.4 on that. So at 32, what is that? I don't know, man. It sure seems cheap to me. 100,000 divided by 32. Yeah, it's 3,125. 3,000 US dollars. And like I said, some people are saying, well, what's the payback? And I don't know. But what I know is even if I'm paying 2,500 a month for electricity, it's just me and my wife, which would probably be what Kenny is paying, maybe what Bobby and Jai are paying. So a year, if you're paying zero, for 10 months of it anyway, there's 25,000 that you didn't spend. So, I, I don't know. It makes sense to me. And that same thing, I'm paying 4,000 out there and I'm not even there. Okay. Because they're screwing me on, I'm paying double per unit of whatever than I pay here in Surin. So, I'm paying 4,000. So in 10 months, that's 40,000. So if I wait a year or even, I could have paid for half the system. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And like I said, oh yeah, is that what you were asking on Pierre's boat? Yeah, it's on Pierre's boat. I thought you were asking about on the fishing boat. He just did an upgrade on it, didn't he, Ron? He did an upgrade on his deal. I've got it on the kayak, and I'm gonna do another video. I think I'm gonna change the thrusting system on it to a joystick controller that I don't have to reach back and turn. I can just hang around my neck and do whatever I want to. And it's not real expensive. It's probably, I don't know, twice of what I would pay for like a 30 pound thrust trolling motor that I'd be in the same boat with this. And they're pretty awesome. I have to make some stuff. So it'll be a video. We'll see. Is that what it is? Yeah, I was the 54,000 or 51,000 is the per bot here in Thailand. Uh, yeah, is it last time that I heard, uh, it was hard buying silver, at least here in Thailand. Um, but I don't know. I haven't invested anything in any metals lately. Just got what I have. Um, Okay, so what do we got? 12 people? Hi, 12 people. And been gaining. We gained a couple more. But like I said, on an average, about 10 a month. So thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. And like I said, if you have any questions and if you watch this later or whatever, no one's going to bite your head off as long as you're decent and respectful. You can ask the questions that you want to ask, and you know, uh, we talk about mainly what I'm doing because I'm doing it, and but we talk about from colonoscopies to travel to visas to whatever. So if you have a question, well, the only thing I'll say in any YouTube channel, if somebody gives you any advice on visas or anything like that, take it with a grain of salt. Even if it's from me, go to the government website, take a look at it, look it up yourself, verify it, and run with it. Let's see, silver 38.2, way better. 90s, yeah, I bet. Bitcoin, wow, crazy shit. I couldn't. That's too much of a gamble for me. You know what it is? I don't really need to do anything. All I need to do is like live out the rest of my life. Um, I have enough income that, thank God, that I can, you know, pretty much do what I want. I need to get on a budget. You've heard me say that before. And the budget, I think the magic number is 25,000, which is quite a bit. I think. My problem is that I'm not used to it, and like we went out to Robinson's because both the kids are here now. One's in college, one's graduated. She'll go back on Monday afternoon because she has the Buddha whatever off too. So she came home. So we went to Robinson, and that's 25,000. I mean 2,500 bought for the six of us to eat. 400 bought each, plus whatever the VAT is or whatever. So anyway, so I can't do that as much. I can, but because I want to save the money. Because like if I go to Uncle Craig's, gasoline and this and that and all that, traveling and doing what I want to do, I got to do it. So I'm going to start out with a good little chunk in the bank, feed it 25,000 a month. When I go through 25,000, that's it. I'm done. Unless there's something comes out. I'm horrible. All right, guys, gals, everybody. I appreciate it. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. I'll do another. I know I was one day late on this. That's because we went over all the wall things yesterday and layout and how much, got prices on stuff and that kind of stuff. Looks like my mother-in-law's going to the green market too. She's got her little bag on. I'm sure they're all going. They love going to the market. It's like, anytime they can go to the market, my wife's ready. So I got to go out there, do the fish out there, do the fish out here. I need to clean these filters on the main pond. Everything else is done. The front pond, I got to do a little video on the front pond. I redid all the filtration, put some bigger fish in there, and clean the glass, and it's up to snuff almost. It's far enough along to where I could do a little short on it or something, showing the fish and the filtration. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I guess I could put this mainly on me. And everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. I don't have an outro anymore since I'm a cheap bastard because I don't want to pay the $55 or $45 a month for StreamYard. I have to look at the stupid little duck in the corner, and it won't let me. It didn't let me give the 30-second intro, but no outro. So everybody, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll do it again on probably Wednesday, I guess. Wednesday seems or Thursday. I got to keep it and do it on. I don't know what's better, Saturday in Thailand or Sunday in Thailand. I don't think it really makes that much difference unless there's a bunch of golf or football or baseball or something going on. But I think for now we'll try to. I'll try to stick to Saturdays and Wednesdays. All right, much love to you, and I will. I'll catch everybody soon. Everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna go up and hit end stream, and then really end stream. So, see ya.